You know, every time I started a playthrough of this, I finished it the same day. But of course, whenever I decide that I'm going to um, record this, take a week-long break. How am I supposed to remember details, right? How am I supposed to remember who the various faction leaders are without intelligence reports? Also, in the last episode, the Klindathu Bug Menace. Thanks. Thanks for that game. Assailed me and destroyed my American hotel, which of course I had to promptly refurbish, but at least I had the opportunity to get plus 10 US relations and also select a boon from it as well. I am still losing money per turn. How about that? Great times. Treasury is pretty much going to stay on its 16% tax rate. I will not spare the people. Not 1 cent. How we looking, Parliament? Parliament's not looking that bad. Other than the lack of approval from my ministers, I am gaining 4 loyalty points every turn, which will be of assistance in the coming struggles. Regional map, I don't have a foreign minister, so I can't really work on making wonderful deals beyond borders being open or closed. Open borders is certainly dangerous. It can promote the influx of terrorism, which, as it turns out, people don't like. I've seen a few events on the terrorism chain before, and yes, they get progressively worse. Policy-wise, we are getting, well, we're not losing anything, except through random events. Fundamentalist approval is still far below what I'd like. Of course, so is liberal approval. We'll make do with what we got, I think. Of course, due to my lack of intel or my memory thereof, it's going to be difficult for me to call and contact all these wonderful friends and try and sway them effectively. I have some strategies for doing that don't involve me calling them up and saying the correct things, though. One thing I will do, though, is call Donald. What's up, Donald?
Good day, Ambassador. Would you be free to meet sometime in the next few weeks?
It is always a pleasure, Your Excellency. I would be happy to meet with you when an opportunity opens in our busy schedules.
Since I have gotten plus 10 US relations with them, it's possible that I might be able to squeeze out some benefits. Also, I don't recall losing that much money per turn. This is an example of the interface updating at weird times, because I made no changes in the treasury screen or... Yeah, that happened. Right. So, one thing I wanted to do is request a status report, just to get a sense of how that's going. Thanks, China. Alright, I think that's all I want to do for this turn. So why don't we just go ahead and jump into an event. Alright. You have been approached by the Russian ambassador about the establishment of a repair and resupply facility for exclusive use by the Russian Navy. Russia would finance the construction of the facility and provide Byzantium with limited financial aid so long as it remains in operation. While accepting will irritate the Americans, this could lead to greater initiatives with Russia down the road. This event chain was added before I purchased the game. This is an opportunity for you to gain the support of a superpower who isn't the United States of America. As it turns out, doing this will upset the United States. Except agreeing to this will not immediately, but rather quickly bounce you into an event chain. The next event will upset pretty much everyone on the board, except for Russia. Russia doesn't get their own little display. Upsetting Russia, for as far as I can tell, doesn't matter that much. But just going all the way through with Russia protects you from the US. I don't know whether it protects you from the UN, though. That was a path I pursued whenever I didn't really need America anyway. Whenever I had my nuclear warhead and pretty much said, screw it. But, yeah. I might do this just to accept the 1 million per turn. I don't know whether that goes away whenever I tell Russia to go fuck itself. I tell you what, I've never actually not accepted this. So, to explore things in this playthrough, we'll just politely decline. And meet with the ambassador. What's up, man? How's it going?
Thank you for seeing me, Ambassador.
It is my pleasure.
Out of curiosity, is there a way for me to encourage greater American investment in our economy?
Tell me, Ambassador, how can I encourage greater American investment in our economy?
Barnade, I can make a case to the Secretary of State to invest $75 million in the Vicentia economy. Yeah, it's just taxpayer money after all.
Yeah, those stupid taxpayers. And also,
Given our long-standing friendship, I would love to receive the President of the United States in our glorious country.
I will happily convey your interest to the Secretary of State. Yeah, if the President does visit, it'll only mean great things for my career.
splendid. Let's go ahead and just keep exchanging pleasantries.
How are you? Well, for
You are too kind.
I am too kind.
I believe that is all I have to say for the moment.
Very well. Thank you for your hospitality.
Alright, so we've put plans in motion to get $75 million from the United States. In addition, we are going to be getting... look, the money is like reset back down to 5 million lost per turn. We may also get a visit from the President himself. And I said no to the Russians. Yet another property developer absconds with billions. New mega project is revealed to be just a SimCity screenshot. And monarchist graffiti results in jail time for minor. Take your chances, Basingier. And this paper is too scandalous for me. Too scandalous for me.
Thank you for taking my call.
What's up, Chicken San? Hey.
We want to work with you to advance human rights and freedoms in the region. Apologies.
Oh,
Let us speak
you're great.
later.
I think that's actually like the Emperor Roosty. I forget exactly. Yes, Emperor Roosty the First. Kind of status report we have here on this. Yeah. Looking good. I can't see that failing at all. And I'll donate the rest of my turn pie here to charity. Welp. As spiffy as a little bit of intelligence would be, considering how Farouk is in charge of that, my Patriot approval is pretty damn high, and I would like to keep relations good with America. After all, they might send the President of the United States here. Wouldn't that be splendid? Take a drink. Patriot approval is almost maxed. My capitalist approval is stagnant. Eliminating minimum wage will yield very small incremental improvements. Fundamentalist improvement is slowly upgrading due to buildings I've built. And liberal approval is going up as well. So capitalist approval is the only one that's remaining stagnant. It's probably the traditional cuisine that's changing the fundamentalist approval so lovely. So lovely? Yes. Something I might do then is get plastics for fast food production. I'm trading for the goats. I'd have to trade for plastics as well. Not the best ever, but maybe not the worst. Maybe. And thankfully, due to that influx of cash from America, I'm continuing to slow my slide into being a penniless beggar. Maybe I might change some policies around, or perhaps I will construct a building. I'll tell you what, I'll give it some thought. Right, so as the train passes outside, I will say that I don't think there's any thing I wish to construct or enact right now. I need to have a positive income before I go crazy here. So instead, let's speak with one of the faction leaders. I'll choose the Tragics. They're so tragic.
Thank you for taking my call.
Let's see what I can do here. Extremism?
We must.
We too are concerned with.
Perhaps, I don't think so. I don't think that's something he'll care about. And I'm pretty sure he's not worried about Western imperialism. Zarble! Burpy derp.
Thank you.
Are you worried about Western imperialism?
Unfortunately, dealing with the West is a necessary evil to bringing prosperity to our region.
Alright.
Apologies.
I don't feel like saying anything or doing anything to anyone else. Let's just end the turn. I don't understand how I'm supposed to get superior in marine controller training. Like, every time I see this event, I'm a little bit perplexed. Like, how I'm supposed to solve it. Capitalists are upset and tourism revenue declines. And for our wonderful capitalist playground, that's a little bit upsetting. Also,
The Honorable Vicentia,
the fuck was that game?
fellow countrymen and women, my beloved citizens.
Did we...
I address you
Alright.
as we are ushering into a new era in the history of our homeland. I wished to address you first, as you are the owners of this blessed land, its defenders, the builders of its prosperity, and the architects of its future.
So, as it turns out, Rogue State didn't feel like displaying the helpful text messages. Well, it did, it just skipped by them really fast. That's wonderful. I guess I'll explain it myself. Right, so, at the end of every year, you are asked to deliver a speech. The game does keep track of what you say, and the coherence of the overall speech. Certain lines will have certain power, but if the lines don't really make sense connected together, the power of the speech is overall diminished. In order for you to have a positive impact with your speech, you must get it out of the red. As you can see, there is a lot of red. This is true for normal difficulty as well as hard. The game will also keep track of campaign promises, too. I've had a national unemployment insurance thing come back to bite me in the ass once. Well, considering the weaknesses that I have with the fundamentalists and the liberals, and I guess the capitalists now, too, to some extent, why don't we just go ahead and sob profusely.
In this era of instant gratification, I grow concerned that we are losing our spiritual and moral compass.
The people are like, okay.
A new branch of the police of Basenji will be tasked with enforcing religious compliance to the doctrines of the old ways.
The people are like, well, that really makes sense compared to our first line. Okay, yeah, sure. And since it's not just the 4 pluses there, but it's also the fact that those two statements made sense together.
Second, effective immediately, it will be forbidden to vend foods that were not prepared in accordance to our most valued traditions.
The people were like, well, shit, that really makes sense too compared to all the other things she said with her speech. That's incredible. And that actually took me out of the red.
It is with a full heart that I say to you all.
I will just say this.
Our people will put their steadfastness into the works of peace and human culture.
The second statement would have been more fitting for religious zeal, but I'm already out of the red. So just go ahead and throw that statement in to try and please everyone. The people outright love that. The fundamentalists gaining the most support, but I said something that was, helpful to a little bit of everyone. The arrival of Air Force One this weekend marks the first ever visit of the President of the United States to the beloved People's Republic of Basenji, may it endure for 10,000 years. On his visit, President Varicella will be escorted by the glorious leader to the traditional markets of Haima and the Eternity Garden in Majimara. It is anticipated that they will also stop at the Revolutionary Memorial to pay tribute to the fallen martyrs in the Great Patriotic Revolution. The Great Patriotic Revolution remains a sensitive issue for American-Basenji relations due to the historical support the United States provided to the late King Salman. However, the mood is anticipated to be cordial. President Varicella is remarked to American media that the United States and Basenji have a very strong relationship. I had to read that fast because that thing auto-scrolls. So yes, my relations with the United States have improved, I got loyalty points, and my relations with the capitalist improved as well. Capped out on Patriot approval, capitalists have suddenly had a sharp uptick despite an unfortunate was it a passenger liner collided with my coastline? Fundamentalists loved my speech, and liberals were like, I'm sure he just said that to make the fundamentalists happy. I do believe that my tourist revenue declining has resulted in me losing $2 more million. Oh boy. And my relationship with Tragic apparently cooled. Oh, goody. Be as majestic as an oryx. Drink extreme giraffe tea. How extreme? Who can say? I don't drink it. Do you? My GDP is still stagnant. Think what I'm gonna do here is, I'm so used to reverse engineering and getting an eventually powerful like GDP, and that hasn't happened due to my lack of reverse engineering because I really don't have the economy to support having the sweatshops or the reverse engineering. So I think I'm going to try and up the school quality here. It'll also increase UN relations. I think that has a greater impact on the GDP. I honestly don't know. I might also take away prayer, weaker prayer. As painful as that is for fundamentalist approval. Keep throwing more money away? I could do that. Just keep setting more money on fire. Let's set more money on fire. I love setting money on fire. I don't want to ban alcohol. What do you care about? Those 3 policies and that's it, huh? I think I'll have the voluntary prayer week leave. I guess I will leave those things constant. I also don't like how I'm only adding $1 million per turn to the disaster relief fund. God, this is gonna hurt. Let's do it. Just end the turn. I don't feel like making any calls. Many players in the Basenji national football team took to the field at a World Cup qualifying match wearing jerseys modified to say, "Free Basenji's political prisoners." They are reported to be arguing for the release of thousands of monarchists imprisoned after the revolution. This act of protest is becoming a popular topic of discussion across the country. So, I'm just going to ignore this protest. You guys can go fuck yourselves. You're not the boss of me. And you're not so big. Football club protest draws attention. Government silence in response to brazen act. Local parents flailing invite international sanctions. I'll also tell you what's hurting my income. The fact that I'm having to pay for that $200 million that I took out too. Yikes. So much money just flooding out of my pockets here. The heavy construction is complete, and we are now reinforcing the downstream side of the dam with imported concrete and steel from China. Some preliminary stress tests have been done with positive but inconsistent results. Several lead engineers have been forcibly removed from the project by attempting to form an unlawful union. Because of this, we anticipate a 59% probability of success. Oh, goody. Well, at least the people love me, and I'm almost capped out on loyalty points, which means that it'll go into the special bank, where I can spend them on special things. I'm definitely going to need some special things. I'm pretty definitely going to need some special things. Hey, General.
Excellency.
How's it going?
How is morale within our armed forces?
If you don't mind me saying, the troops love you. They will follow your orders faithfully.
Right, I'm gonna go call the ambassador, see if I can get some extra troops from him.
Thanks.
And, well, I'll have to see that in a bit, and then end the turn. You guys don't need to see me call him. Gambling is legal in Basenji, in spite of the fact the old ways condemned the practice as immoral. An American corporation, afraid that the laws of Basenji may change under your leadership, are seeking to expedite a construction permit for a luxurious racetrack and casino Basenji, which will bring new money to the country. This, which will likely upset our fundamentalists greatly. Insist the Americans only use local labor for construction. Ensure that casino profits are reinvested into our economy, or deny the permit, casinos will only intensify our problems. We are definitely ensuring that casino profits are reinvested into our economy. There is no question. We need money, we need a stronger GDP, and the fundamentalists are going to have to go pound sand. We didn't get any benefits there with the capitalists, but presumably the GDP benefits and other income will have triggered. Also, hey there, Ambassador.
Thank you for seeing me, Ambassador.
It is my...
Now, this will reduce the approval of my military, but I do have a defense minister, and so I'm hoping that'll be okay.
Given our long-lasting friendship and cooperation, we would like to propose a military partnership with the United States.
A military partnership? Oh, that sounds like something that would advance my career.
I receive new military units. My economy can't very well support them. Worst case, I can just disband them. I do have an arms bazaar. And, seeing as how the United States loves me so much now.
Tell me, Ambassador, do you have any insights regarding some of the other countries in the region?
Well, I did hear some gossip from the ambassador of New Zealand the other day.
Oh, goody. New intelligence report. Thanks.
Tell me.
I have all...
Well, for...
You...
Let's just go ahead and end the conversation.
Very well.
I hope we can check...
Goody goody gumdrops. New intelligence report about the general. Let's go take a look. See my delicious, delicious intel. He is tolerant of free speech. Oh, goody. Glad we got that salacious bit of intel. We also got a rocket battery, as well as a bit of infantry. I will be disbanding this. I do have an arms bazaar, right? Pretty sure I had an arms bazaar. I'm pretty sure I have more money now than what I did, yes. Allows me to sell rocket batteries for 80% of their original value, along with tanks and aircraft. And I'll keep that military unit there as a spare, because they're pretty useful. Americans pushes casinos. Americans pushes, huh? Join the Basenji Armed Forces, it's awesome, you'll love it. This image has been removed for the good of the people under instructions from the Basenji Ministry of Public Decency. Key services subsidized by vice tax. Yes. Get the money flowing into the treasury. Please, I beg of you. Fundamentalists definitely crashed there in approval. But that's okay. That's okay. The ministers haven't given me any missions yet, which is unfortunate because enjoying their approval would also help me out here getting more loyalty points. That being said, I've only just gone through 1 year, so it's not a surprise. And we're going to start to bank some loyalty points, which I can use to achieve all manners of wonderful things. Invitation to host prayer from the mountain is pretty strong. Also, inspired volunteers is really strong. Getting that free tank brigade, which you could then say disband for money to fill your Swiss bank account. These newspaper editorials are pretty lovely too, to help prevent war. War doesn't really have much of a benefit in this game, at least as far as I've been able to tell. It just costs money. I haven't noticed an ability to, like, take over any nation. Just, like, fling attacks at it and have them fling attacks at me. But hell, maybe I just never attacked anyone enough. Maybe I need to be more cutthroat and bloodthirsty. Well, my economy can't support that right now. Maybe once the dam's done. I hope once the dam's done. Excellency! A popular American documentary has just been released that portrays you highly sympathetically. The documentary argues that most of Basenji's woes are a result of, get this, Western greed. We're riding high on a wave of pro-Basenji international sentiment. We might as well enjoy it. We're already capped on relations with America. But this is going to make our neighboring countries love us more, as well as the United Nations. Not the worst event ever. Also, my agreement to export electronics to Zarbil has expired. What's the going rate for electronics right now? That sucks. How about spices? Those both suck. Man, the goats are so much more valuable. Okay. This is gonna suck. That's actually too pricey for me to do. I don't have enough money to chain all the way up there to cartel. Oh, fuck. I would love that, but I don't have enough money to do it. I tell you what. We'll just take it on the chin here. But eventually I will get the beautiful cartel.
Thank you for taking my...
Let's sell the electronics back to you.
Taking into
You know, I've had games where electronics have been at the top of, like, value. This particular game, it's goats. We are going to get even less money from the electronics. Motherfucker. What the fuck? Oh, what the hell is this? The United Nations Human Rights Council has drafted a highly critical report on the lack of human rights in Basenji. Well... tourism? You can go fuck yourself, you in. My tourism revenue. That's gonna hurt. That hurt. Anyway, let's go ahead and export spices. We are not going to import goats, though. We are leaking so much money. We're going to sell these to Tajikistan. Tragics.
Thank you. Are you...
And, the chickens can keep their goats.
Apology.
Goodbye.
Report described as one-sided and politically motivated. You're damn right. My tourism income. My tourist economy. It's gonna be done soon. Let's hope China didn't fuck us over here, yeah? Oh, fuck. Oh, God damn it, why? After seeing the new Blue Chihuahua's fighter jets perform during a recent air show in the United States, Basenji's top military brass just cannot seem to stop talking about how amazing these aircraft are. According to them, Basenji, misspelled, absolutely needs to get a squadron of these planes as a top priority. Right, I've gotten these planes before, and I haven't really seen much in the way of excitement. What we're just going to do is buy each general a fancy estate instead. Spend the $50 million. As painful as that is, we're no longer losing money. Also, what's up? We can probably do that. I think we can probably do that. We can do that. That dam is going to be finished soon, for better or worse, and we can take advantage of it then. Finally, our First Minister mission. General's eye military procurement, and then just like that, they forget about it. Too good. Hey, I haven't talked to you for a while, Tariq.
Excellency, how may I be of service?
Do I still have the confidence of our parliament?
Our parliamentarians are very worried about state finances. Without sufficient financial reserves, our options to address issues will be limited. Make sure we get sufficient income from trade and taxes, and keep a close eye on our expenses.
Let me tell you what trade isn't providing. Sufficient income.
How is our international reputation?
Excellency, our reputation is good. I haven't heard any issues.
And finally,
Any news from the polling agencies? How is the mood of our people?
Excellency, the country is in a healthy shape.
fantastic.
Thanks. That's all for now.
Sure is, buddy. Now, we're not going to be getting fundamentalist approval from having traditional cuisine any longer, because we no longer have the goats, which is a pity. But we need to get some shekels in our pockets first. Also, 30 banked loyalty points. I'm going to exercise the invitation to host prayer from the mountain first, I do believe. But we'll see. I might change my mind. I've been known to do that on occasion. I'm a mercurial bastard. Gun ownership is highly restricted at Basenji. A local organization is petitioning the government to relax those measures. Those armed citizens may find themselves opposed to our regime or, money. Money! Your engineers have constructed a large-scale hydroelectric dam. This monument to vast ecological destruction happens to also be a perfect place for a tourist stand. Yes! Really? Well, we got the dam at least. Fucking... 2 new warplanes in the next 4 turns. I literally can't afford doing that. I would have to bankrupt my nation to do that. Well, that minister is gonna be busy. What minister are you of? You're a patriot, huh? I might fire that bitch. Also, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fire her. There's no way in hell. Those are way too pricey. Let me show you on the doll how pricey they are. $200 million on $5 million ongoing costs. Now, I can sell the fighter squadron for 80% of its value. The other 20% goes to heaven. Along with all of the other, like, turn units I've never spent. My nation simply can't afford that. I'm definitely going to be telling her to get fucked. Is she my defense minister? Of course she is. I do like increasing military morale. I like to keep them in my pocket.
If you don't mind.
But him saying that the troops love me means that I've never fired a minister before. I might make this the first one. Failing this will upset her loyalty. And the Patriots, I can assuage them pretty easily. Like, for starters, with that card. That's gonna be something to think about, though. Most likely for a next video. See you all later.